Hi, good morning to one and all. Today I am going to explain a topic on analysis of bars of composite sections. Okay. Analysis of bars of composite section. In previous classes we discussed on analysis of uniform cross section, varying cross section and tapered section. Okay. In this I am going to explain the analysis of bars of composite section. First we need to know the what is composite section. What is composite section? If it is a bar consisting of two or more materials rigidly fixed together is known as composite section. Okay. Next I am going to analysis of bars of composite section. So that first I need to draw the composite section. First I draw the fixed support, that is fixed end, and I am drawing the one material, and the center one is hollow portion, and it consists of both ends, that is left one and right one. Left one is indicated one of materials and right one is different materials, so that in this composite section it consists of two materials. Okay. It is the material 2. These two materials are rigidly connected, applying a load centrally, and it is the length of the material L. Okay. Next, due to the applied load, what happened? Some changes in the length will be developed, that is it is indicated by delta L. Okay. Consider a composite section. Okay. Consisting of two materials where P is equals to load applied on the material. Next, L is equals to length of the bars 1 and 2. Here L1 is equals to L2. Okay. Next, delta L is equals to change in length or increasing in length due to the applied load. Due to the applied load. Next, sigma 1 and sigma 2 are stresses induced in the bars 1 and 2. Similarly, P1 and P2 is equals to load shared by the materials or bar 1 and 2. Okay. P1 is load shared by bar 1 and P2 is load shared by bar 2. Next, therefore, we know that here the total load is shared by bar 1 and bar 2, so that it can be written in equation, that is P1 P is equals to P1 plus P2. Here in this condition P1 and P2 are not same because the materials is not same, so that what happened, the load shared by the material is same, is that different, so that stresses also different because of their Young's modulus. The modulus of elasticity of material is different, therefore sigma 1 and sigma 2 are also not equal. Okay, from stress equation we know that sigma is equals to P by A. From this we can written as P is equals to sigma n to A. Okay, substitute. Okay, from this equation substitute in the above equation, that is P is equals to P1 plus P2. Where P1 can be written as sigma 1 into A1, then P2 can be written as sigma 2 A2. Okay, these two values we place in this equation, we can get P is equals to sigma 1 A1 plus sigma 2 A2. It is the equation 1. Next, we know that change in length in the bar 1 is equals to change in length in bar 2 due to the applied load, so that the change in length equation can be written as PL by AE. Here PL by AE, but for the section 1 and 2, so that P1 L1 A1 E1 P2 L2 A2 E2. Okay, here L1 and L2 are equal, so that the above equation can be written as P1 by A1 E1 is equals to P2 by A2 E2. Okay, here we know that P by A is nothing but stress, so that this equation can be written as sigma 1 by E1 is equals to sigma 2 by E2. Okay, from this sigma 1 by sigma 2 is equals to E1 by E2. By cross multiplication you can get this equation. Okay, it is the ratio of stresses in the material, where E1 by E2 is known as modular ratio. From the above two equations 1 and 2 we can get the stresses sigma 1, sigma 2 and P1 and P2. Okay, generally in the problems they give the Young's modulus for both materials. Okay, from equation 2 the substitute we get the E1 and E2 will get stresses in sigma 1 and sigma 2, where E1 is equals to Young's modulus of material 1 and E2 equals to Young's modulus of material of the bar 2. Okay, but E1 by E2 is known as modular ratio. Sometimes they will give directly the modular ratio. Okay, Thank you.